So, what's up everyone? Lord Pasta here, and before I get into the simulation right now, I just want to go over something that I found that's very interesting. And this is just the development roadmap for Worlds History Simulator. So, in my previous episode of, doing simulations on this game, I noted that I had some, suggestions, some concerns about polities. And it seems like their main goal is to actually tackle that here, if you read this here. So it looks like we're on the same page, so that's a very good sign. So we have sort of a roadmap here that shows all of the different planned updates and the hypothetical features that they plan to eventually add. Map editors, biome modding, discovery modding, next update, tribal migration, tribal aggression, intertribal conflict, all sorts of stuff with tribes. This individual right here, Sasha Carter, informed me that the error occurs, referring to the length of the years in my last simulation, because the variable used to store the current year reaches its maximum value and ticks over to a negative number. Parts of the program that depend on that number fail because they expect a positive number, hence the crash. Easy fix: make the year a string, not an int or a double. So it looks like this person actually knows coding, so they enlightened the plebeian you see talking before you in this moment. So anyways, it's enough of that. I'll get into the simulation. So instead of looking at how the human analogs in this simulation deal with mountains or other barriers, this time I wanted to look at how they deal with deserts. Now it appears from my initial place down of the human population that they seem to thrive more on the deserts. However, this expansion soon slows down, as you can see here, and they begin to struggle to discover the other lakes. It takes them a rather long time. This is very interesting because it shows that deserts are treated differently than mountains, and that there is some thought into the different terrains and how they will be inhabited. Now, if you notice here, the human population has expanded over an extremely large area relative to the actual area that they initially were able to inhabit. However, as you can see, the polities, or the tribes, however you want to call them, only seem to form around the areas of habitable, farmable land. So it's interesting to see the level of thought put into that in the game. Already, that's quite impressive, taking into account the fact that a civilization would need to learn to harvest grain or crop, have livestock, in order to develop a system of hierarchy such as a government or a polity here. So as you can see, the human population has finally reached these other places on the planet. It is not impossible. These deserts are not impassable terrain. They can be passed. They can be crossed by human populations given enough time. That is in stark contrast to tall mountains or glacial ice caps, which are extremely difficult for human populations to cross. So I guess that concludes the simulation. I hope you enjoyed. I have been Lord Pasta. Anyways, I will see you next time. Goodbye.